Alright guys, let's go over the trade watch list for this Monday coming, and then quickly go over some of the previous trades that I posted in other videos. Let's see if we can find some good setups here. So for this week coming, my main watch is MSTR, Walmart, Lululemon, Adobe, PayPal, Intel, and then these other three: SMCI, Coin, Nvidia, XLM. Let's start off with MSTR, which is a crypto. It's a crypto company, specifically like Bitcoin is what I think they hold. But let's take these drawings off real quick. So as you can see, we're definitely in a downtrend, right? So from the highs of 459, and now we're all the way down to 335. So I see this bullish doji here. Like, you see these wicks at the bottom. This is mostly what I pay attention to with my trend lines, right? So I see that we basically wicked down on these 2 days, triggered stop losses for people who went long here, and now we formed this bullish doji with rising green volume on the last day. So if I go back, turn on all my drawings, excuse me, you'll see that we're in a downward, like a descending channel, right? Sorry, I'm using my laptop. Hard to control this thing. So we're in a descending channel, and these have a tendency to go, like this, basically consolidating until they break out to the upside. So that's what I'm looking for with this one. A potential entry, though, an earlier entry, instead of waiting for price to break out of this orange line that creates the channel, is basically an entry at the breakout at the top of this green doji that I was showing you. And basically I have like all the lines set up already, so let's full screen this bad boy. So let's get rid of this. So if you see, I shaded the doji itself with this yellow box, and then an entry for me would be at the top of this doji, or at like 337.5. If we can crack above this level and hold like a 5-minute candle close, then I would think about taking an entry, and then I would start trimming. Depending on how many contracts I have, I would trim maybe like 1 or 2 here and another couple here. And this is the previous week's high, the close. So I would probably get rid of the rest of my positions somewhere up here, depending on if I see weakness or not. But we have multiple areas that we can take profit on. And if you have just one contract, then you aim for basically a goal of 20%. But with my, let's do 1 hour. With my risk to reward tool, which is hard to see, it's basically this tool here. So I would be risking, let's see, I would set my stop at the breakout. So maybe, actually I would set my stop loss at 337.25. So I would give up 25 cents to potentially make, what is that? I think the risk to reward was, I would risk 2 to make 7. So I'm not going to calculate this entire thing right now, but the risk to reward is there. So definitely a good trade setup. So that's one I'm watching for Monday. And then Walmart. The reason why I'm watching Walmart, I was in this before. This was a good trade. I got in down here at the breakout of this consolidation zone. So I entered here and sold somewhere up here, but it's continuing to run. I knew it was going to try to fill this gap up top, this gap right here, and it came up, filled a gap, and now it's consolidating on this white trend line here. So this was resistance, but now if you look, it's acting as somewhat of resistance then support. But look at this bullish candle that we formed, and we're sitting right on top of that white trend line. We have an inside bar, right? Inside hammerish looking bar at this resistance, this white one, then this other resistance line coming across here. So again, I'm going to try to take a breakout bounce to the upside on this. I prefer to go long for some reason. I feel like those trades usually work out a little bit better for me. So entry would be at 100.5, a break and hold above that, which I like. So we have how many confluences here? We have our trend line breakout. We have a bullish form candle. We have a bit of momentum that's in the market already. So I'm going to try to go with the buyers. And then, yeah, we have pretty decent volume supporting this move up. So let's see what happens. Next on the list, this is a Lululemon had earnings. I guess I don't really know what investors were thinking. They had earnings. There was a surprise miss of 7.84 million. So the stock dumped. The last candle was this one, and then after earnings it dumped all the way down here. So there's a massive gap to fill, as you can see by this white shaded area. This entire thing, there's a gap to fill there, right? And then we have volume, stopping volume coming into the market right here on this doji. So I'm looking for a breakout, a break above 176.46 and hold. I would enter long to at least make it back to this level of resistance here. The only issue I have to safely trade this, right, in a way where I can hold for a while would be to put my stop loss below here, and the risk to reward, it's not really in my favor if this is my TP. So I would probably just trim at this level and then set my actual profit target to get out of all my contracts. Come on. To get out of all of my contracts at the retest of this high. Entire gap would be filled at that point. So it's definitely something that I need to pay attention to. This would be more realistic if the gap was going to be used as resistance up top. So yeah, 197.50 would be take profit. I don't want to get too overzealous. And then we do have a few levels of resistance that we would encounter all the way up here. We have this white trend line here that's coming down, right? And then we also have a larger wedge trend line from up here. So all of that we would have to overcome before breaking out and going higher. But I can hold like at least one contract into that. Next on the list, Adobe. I missed the entry on this. I was at work and I wanted to get an entry above this hammer looking candle because I see that we are in this red descending channel, right? This channel inside. So I see the volume coming in down here, which is bullish. That was helped to create this candle. So I really wanted to get in this, but as soon as market opened, it took off and left me. So I'm thinking about either getting in at a retest of this level here, or if we break above this TP number 1, retest it, then take it higher into TP number 2. Let's see. Oh, PayPal has a pretty decent setup too. We're just basically consolidating, like in this area here. So I want to take an entry at $70 to go higher into 72.31. This resistance here is my only concern. This blue line going across here, that's the only thing that could basically push us, so we could go up and basically get rejected back down, and who knows where we would go from there. It depends on what price action is doing, because we could technically go higher afterwards. So planning on taking that breakout candle closure above $70 to go long. Intel I'm not super convinced about. There is a lot of weakness in the semiconductor space, so I'm not really sure if this will be able to like break out of this trend line here, this yellow line, to go higher. I'll wait and see. It's not looking great. There's no volume confirmation on this one either, and if you notice that no confirmation for volume on these last days here for PayPal. We have it for Adobe. Lululemon has good volume. Walmart has all of these back here, but last day is kind of red. MSTR is the best setup I see in terms of volume confirmation. That's the only thing that it can't hide in the market, the intention behind the move, if you look at the volume. So I'm thinking about, I'm thinking about like watching these more so than actually taking action on them. Another setup, Coinbase could be something that I potentially get into, because I see that we're consolidating within this wedge. I'm looking for a breakout above this line. Who knows when it will actually happen. Nvidia, same setup. Doji at support. But again, semis are weak, so I'm trying to be careful getting into any of those. XLM, I got into already down here from the breakout of this consolidation, and I definitely sold this early. I took profit at this level here, and it continued higher, but I can't complain. It was a pretty solid trade. I think that's all that's on the list. So top watch for Monday is definitely MSTR, Walmart, Lululemon would be number 2, MSTR number 1, Adobe would be number 3, and PayPal is 4. And then everything else is basically a watch for now. Okay. And then I'm supposed to review some of my other trades, but this video is already 13 minutes long. It's probably, you know what, if you want to see the results of the other trades, you can simply just go back and watch last week's video. I think CrowdStrike was one of the ones that took off. This I've been watching for a while now. I full transparency, I'm down 70% on the contracts for this. I got FOMO'd into entering early on this day, basically, and then we had earnings which weren't great, so we opened here, and this opening like killed my contracts, man. We closed here, then dropped back, then drop. But look at the candles that we're forming right now. Like, you see all these wicks below support. There's buying pressure coming in, right? So I held on to the contracts. I'm gonna hold them because I still believe in the trade. I was probably just early. My original entry was supposed to be under here, but I FOMO'd in. I didn't think I was gonna get a chance to get into it, so entered here, had this volatile period, and now I'm waiting to at least get back to break even. I think somewhere up here is where I would be at break even, but you know, it is what it is. I might add a contract if we break above this with significant volume. We shall see. What else did I get into? GE I got into because of this fall rise in wedge. I didn't take profit on this. I ended up getting stopped out in the red. Oh, actually, I like this setup too. Let me put this here. Chipotle is actually showing some, what do you call it? Bullish divergence, meaning that I'm going to turn the candles into a line. And I want you to take a look at this. Let me get rid of this. So this is price, but shown in a format of a line, right? So price is basically doing this. Price is making lower lows. My daughter changed the settings on this thing. I need to put this back. So price is doing something like this, right? Making lower lows. But the buying indicators, right? The MACD and the RSI are showing that there's buying going on. So they're slanting up, but price is going down. So these two. So that tells me that there's a move that's coming soon to the upside. You just have to wait for confirmation. I forgot about this one. This is actually a top watch too. I don't know when that will trigger. For the purposes of time, I'm gonna end this now. But if you want to see the results of the other trades, you can just look at the previous videos and where I said I would get in, take profit, get out if it doesn't work.